Welcome back to our live stream. We are here for race 3 and day 4. We have 2 waves. Wave 1 is our V1 Junior 16 men. From the Norfolk Island, we have Liam Christian Bailey. From Australia, we have Kai Walker. From Brazil, we have Gabriel Silva. Wallace and Fortuna, we have Emmerich Canimore. From the Cook Islands, we have D. Akava. From Tahiti, we have Hakatini Huti. From Aotearoa, we have Elite Reti. From Samoa, we have Jesias Cowan. From Hawaii, we have Kala'e Ho. And from New Caledonia, we have Mayao Legras. Welcome all the competitors. We are doing the Inside Harbour course. The officials are reconfirming the buoy locations. We'll wait to see if they go around the red buoy or an inside turning buoy. And in the second wave, we have the adaptive athletes. From Great Britain, we have Tom Barnard. From Tahiti, we have Gervais Omeran. From New Zealand, we have Wayne Trott. From New Zealand, we have Mi'i Pepe. From Tahiti, we have Ogawa Maruai. From New Zealand, we have Marcus Thompson. From Great Britain, we have Sean Cook. From Germany, we have Volkner Briel. From Brazil, we have Guilherme Gomes. And from Great Britain, we have Martin Tweedy. Malozita, another beautiful afternoon here in Apia. What have our athletes got in store for them?
Well, I think they're faced with the heat of Apia, first and foremost out on the ocean, and also just having to battle the just the waves just outside of the harbor when they head out on that course for the V1 Junior 16 men in the wave 1. And in the wave 2, we have the V1 para men category. So, yeah, we wait for the start of race 3 on this, our 4th day of the IVF World Distance Championships held here in Apia, Samoa. You just heard from my co-host here, Kingi, for the Junior 16 men in the V1. We have Liam Christian Bailey of Norfolk Island, Kai Walker of Australia, Gabriel Silva of Brazil, Emmerich Canimore of Wallace e Futuna, D. Akava of Cook Islands, Hakatini Huuti of Tahiti. New Zealand, we have Elite Reti. From Samoa, we have Jason Burgess. And from Hawaii, Kala'e Ho. And New Caledonia, Mael Legra. These are your J16, Junior 16 men for the V1. We're about to see that race start for the first wave out of race 3 on this day 4. And the first wave will be seconded by the V1's para men category 4 and 3 and 2 in this para men. And our athletes competing here are Tom Barnard of Great Britain, Gervais Omeran of Tahiti, Wayne Trott of New Zealand, Mi'i Pepe of New Zealand. From Tahiti, we have Ogawa Maruai. From Aotearoa, New Zealand, we have Marcus Thompson. Great Britain, Sean Cook. From Germany, we have Volker Briel or Briel. And from Brazil, we have Guilherme Gomez. So these are our athletes for the Paramen V1 in the second wave of today, our race 3 for day 4 of the IVF World Distance Championships. It is a hot day today. I'm sure we're above 30 degrees Celsius now because we're really feeling the heat here on land. Imagine what it would be like out on the ocean with it reflecting off the ocean and when you're out so close to it, but also then faced with the winds and the currents coming into Apia Harbor.
We have the chance to take in the beautiful views here of Apia Samoa. And one maunga that has grasped our attention, one mountain that has grasped our attention is this one in the background. We will get back to that shot as soon as our drone operator arrives there. I was going to ask Zita to give us a little history of that mountain. But you can see everyone enjoying the weather here today, and that breeze is nice and cool. It's our free air conditioning. Zita, are you able to give us a bit of a kōrero, a bit of a story about this mountain that's in the town here of Apia?
Yeah, thank you, Kingi. Yes, this is Mount Vaya that you're seeing right there, and it's a beautiful reserve that has been taken over by the Ministry of Natural Resources, and you would also find the just on the foot of Mount Vaya is the beautiful home, the former home of Robert Louis Stevenson, which has now become the Robert Louis Stevenson's Museum. So, if you're a fan of the writings of Robert Louis Stevenson, he's a Scottish writer that left Scotland and England and came south and eventually settled in Samoa um, for 4 years before he passed away. But he is a prolific writer, and he also has a lot of poems. And it's just, and he also wrote a lot about the history of Samoa during his time here in Samoa and the political upheavals or the political activities of the time. So it's a famous mountain, and it's also become known and very popular for all our people who love walking up to Mount Vaya. We have a short route that takes you up the top of the mountain where you reach the grave or the tomb of Robert Louis Stevenson, who is buried on top of that mountain. And you would have a beautiful view of this whole area that you're looking at now of Apia. And it takes you about 20 to 25 minutes walk on the shorter route. And then the longer route would take you about an hour to go around the mountain. It's sort of like more a circular, slow walk around the Mount Vaya. And it's really a nice way to be able to see the layout of Apia town. So yes, if you're a visitor and would love to visit the famous Robert Louis Stevenson, the author of Kidnapped, Jekyll and Hyde. He's the yeah, and he's just a fantastic writer. The Scottish author who made Samoa his final home. Yeah, so that's Mount Vaya for you.
Malo for that. We are still waiting for the start. We were told a 2:30 start. We are waiting to see the the V1 Junior 16 men hit the water and approach the boys. We're all set here, ready to go, and quite happy to take in these beautiful views of beautiful Apia. Very lucky to be here. Thank you to the organizers. Thank you to our athletes. Thank you to the government officials, and particularly to the volunteers who are making this happen for us all. You can see our HQ here, the beautiful Paradise Gardens, where our villages and the harbors here of Apia. We did have the athletes going out around that point yesterday, but today they will stay inside on the harbor course. Let's just show you the course for today. So the athletes should experience a variety of conditions on this course. Should be relatively flat in the start, and they will head out to the rock wall. At the rock wall, they will start receiving a bit of headwind, and then when they will turn sidewind onto the big swells. Maybe a partial surfing opportunity there, quartering from the right-hand side, maybe at about 4 o'clock. And so that will require some skill in trimming and timing. And then they head down closer to the reef and they make a left turn, and the swells and wind are approaching on the other side, the armor side. So it requires some balancing, stabilization skills. And then there will be the underlying swell which wraps around the reef, which we've seen a number of athletes catch. Once they get into the harbor, there may be a few reflections or little swells that come off where our tower is, and little wind swells wrapping in, and then it should be relatively flat for that turn around the buoy. So they're going to get all conditions on this course, and it's interesting because it shows us the ability to adapt to various things, and that's what's required of our champions today. Thank you very much to all of our participants online for sharing their thoughts and prayers and their cheers. We do see not all of them, but we see a few of them, and we're very happy to share the comments that come out. We do hear some of the mamai, some of the pains from paddlers that have been later uh, penalised, or there's been some kind of protest. We don't have visibility into that here. We respect all our athletes and we do empathize with all of the positions. Obviously, as broadcasters, we have to remain neutral, and we're here to reflect as many countries as possible, as many ages as possible, from our young grandkids, as we're going to see here racing, our junior 16s, all the way up to our 80-year-olds. So thank you very much, everyone, and thank you for your patience. There, kia ora, brother. Lovely to see our Manuhiri here, our visitors enjoying Samoa. This is our Australian flag right here. And yes, so awesome to see Chile, Peru, Brazil, Great Britain, Germany, Wallace and Fortuna. We have nations from all over the world, and Norfolk Island. Great to see them here as well. It was great to learn a little bit about that race. So we believe there's something like 23 countries represented here.
Talafalava, we have an update on our entries for the V1 para men. Sean Cook of Great Britain has pulled out, so that leaves only 8 competitors or 8 countries competing in this category. Correction, only 5 countries competing in this category, because we have 2 entries from New Zealand, or 3 entries from New Zealand, 2 from Tahiti, 1 from Great Britain, 1 from Germany, and 1 from Brazil. So for our competitors in the V1 Paramen, our 3 entries from New Zealand are Wayne Trott of New Zealand, Mi'i Pepe of New Zealand, and Marcus Thompson of New Zealand. From Tahiti, we have Gervais Omeron and Ogawa Maruae from Tahiti. From Great Britain, we have Tom Barnard. And Germany, we have Volker Brielle or Brill. From Brazil, we have Guilherme Gomes. So these are the 5 countries represented in the V1 Para Men. We have now on our screen the V1 Junior 16 men coming to the start line. We have 10 countries competing in this category today. We have Liam Christian Bailey from Norfolk Island, Kai Walker from Australia, Gabriel Silva from Brazil, Emerick Canimore of Wallis and Futuna, D. Akava of Cook Islands, Hakatini Hu'uti of Tahiti, Elite Reti of Aotearoa, New Zealand, Jason Birches of Samoa, Kala'e Ho of Hawaii, and Maël Legras of Nouvelle Calédonie. So these are your competitors for the V1 Junior 16 men on our first wave for race 3. Today, the 4th day of racing for the World Championships of Distance here in Apia, Samoa. We have in canoe 15, Wallis and Futuna, Emerick Canimore. In canoe 23, we have Nouvelle Calédonie, Maël Legras. In canoe 12, Norfolk Island, Liam Christian Bailey. In 22, we are looking at 22 canoe, Kala'e Ho of Hawaii. They're lining up now at the start line, so they have to leave the start line from in between the 2 yellow buoys here in Apia Harbor to head out to their course. The race is 16 kilometers, and we're not quite sure how many laps they'll be doing within the harbor. And so we'll give you an update once we get the confirmation of the laps that they have to do for the V1 Junior 16 men. And they're off. We are the gun's off. We are seeing Norfolk Liam Christian Bailey And in the front is 15, Wallace and Fortuna Emmerich Canimore. And number 23 is New Caledonia, Maël Legras. And just in front of us is number 14, and that's Brazil, Gabriel Silva. 19 is New Zealand, Elite Reti. And 23, Nouvelle Calédonie, Maël Legras. The ones in the front. And I believe the one in red is Tahiti in the canoe 18. But right now, just in the front is 23 and 19, and these are Nouvelle Calédonie, Maël Legras, and Elite Reti of Aotearoa, New Zealand, closely followed by Tahiti, Hakatini Huuti. We have these in the second lot. We have 14 Brazil, Gabriel Silva. And then in the blue is Samoa, Jason Burgess. In the yellow shirt is Australia, Kai Walker. So right now you're watching the first pack. There are three canoes, or joined by a fourth one in the lead. And we have somebody coming in from the left quite wide, heading towards the turning buoy. I mean the yellow buoy here, just on the edge of the rocks of Apia Harbor or Apia Wharf. Yeah, once they come out of the sort of the pretty calm waters of Apia Harbor, they're going to hit the waves coming in when they get out into open ocean. We just saw 16 go past, which is D. Akava of Cook Islands. You're looking at D. Akava of Cook Islands in the green. We have the second wave for race 3 today in the harbor right now, waiting for the start of their race. We have 8 competitors, 1 pulled out from Great Britain, and 5 countries competing. We have Great Britain, Tahiti, New Zealand, Germany, and Brazil. The 3 competitors from New Zealand, Wayne Trott, Mi'i Pepe, Marcus Thompson. These are our competitors from New Zealand. From Tahiti, we have Gervais Omeron and Ogawa Maruai. And from Great Britain, Tom Barnard. And Brazil, Guilherme Gomez. And Germany, Volker Brill. There's a great shot out there of number 4, and they're off. That was Mi'i Pepe of New Zealand, and in number 2 was Tahiti, Gervais Omeron. This is the V1 Para Men. Look at these guys go. It's amazing. Number 2, Gervais Omeron of Tahiti. And number 4, Mi'i Pepe of Aotearoa, New Zealand. Yeah. Tahiti is number 2 in the red, Gervais Omeron. And in front of us, um, we have a paddler with the paddle up. And this is Okay, we're out on the J16, V1 Junior 16 men. They're outside of the harbor and heading into the ocean. Um, we have yet to get an update from our man Paul out there on the ocean on who's in the lead. Uh,
Strong pedal here from Gervais Almiran from Tahiti. He bust out of that like it was a 500-meter sprint. He's asserting his dominance. Awesome, brother. Well done.
oh, we've got coming into a turn at the red buoy. We have a para on number 7. That could be Volker Brill of Germany, but we're not sure. We have to get a confirmation from our officials out there on the water. This is really good. We've got 23, which is New Caledonia, and 18, that's Tahiti, Hakatini Hu'uti. So it's New Caledonia and Tahiti that you're looking at right now. Hakatini Hu'uti and Mael Le Gras of New Caledonia. So they are going parallel now to the shoreline, heading to the yellow buoy for the turn to come back into Apia Harbor. You're looking at, again, the junior 16 men in the V1, and it's New Caledonia and Tahiti in front of us. Yeah, Tahiti's caught a wave there, and he's pulling ahead of Nouvelle Calédonie as they head to the yellow buoy for their turn. Oh, look at New Caledonia's surge. He's not too far behind Tahiti again. He rode a good wave there and shortened the distance, but Tahiti's pulling away again. So this seemed to be a tussle between these two countries as they come up to turn at the yellow marker. So Tahiti turns, so does Nouvelle Calédonie. I'm still to make out who is the one behind New Caledonia. That's a nice one. Love the surfing by Tahiti. Hakatini Hu'uti. We're looking at Aotearoa, Elite Reti of Aotearoa on the screen right now, and he's in 19, canoe 19. So he's coming in, and there's a pretty close with Tahiti and New Caledonia. So New Caledonia, Aotearoa, and Tahiti are kind of like pretty close together. And on our screen right now, we have number 22, and that's Hawaii, Kala'e Ho. And we're looking at Team Blue, which is Samoa, Jason Burgess. Malo lava Jason, malo tamafai. As Jason makes his turn at the yellow marker, closely followed by a green shirt, which is Cook Islands, D Akava. Akava. 15, 15 is Wallace and Futuna. Emerick Canimore. And 12, we have Norfolk Island, Liam Christian Bailey. 13, we have Australia, Kai Walker. They're all heading back into Apia Harbour now. And on the far side, I can't quite make out who that is or the number on the canoe. Okay, we're looking at in the red, that's Tahiti, Hakatini Huuti, and Aotearoa, Elite Reti on our screen right now. And coming behind them is Mal Legras of New Caledonia. From this angle, it doesn't look like a big margin or distance between Tahiti and Aotearoa, but we just need a sort of probably more of an aerial shot. It could be maybe 2 or 3 boat lengths between these two, but it's difficult to tell from here, from this angle. But we're looking at the leaders now for the junior 16 men V1. This is Tahiti on our screen right now. Hakatini Huuti. Wow, look at that. It's amazing.
We're going live.
Love the surfing in.
Okay, we've
And
just had the leader of the para canoe race go past Tahiti. He's built a big lead over, I think, is New Zealand back here, but he has almost a 400-meter lead already. He's doing really well. So I think it's Tahiti in first at the moment, then New Zealand, and that's all I know so far.
right, we have our placings now. Tahiti's in the front. And this is, and we have Aotearoa coming in together with Tahiti. Elite Reti of Aotearoa. And Tahiti, Hakatini Huuti. Aotearoa is picking up his pace as they come into Apia Harbour. We have Elite Reti having a drink there as they head in, and each of these paddlers eyeing each other as they head in. Yeah. So we're looking at the leaders for this one as they come in for the end of the first lap. This is a fantastic shot of the two V1 Junior 16 men, Tahiti and Aotearoa, neck to neck here, coming into the finish of the first lap of the 16-kilometer race. We're at about probably 30 degrees Celsius right now in Apia. As we're looking at the two, we're looking at Elite picking up his pace as he comes in to make his turn for the first lap of this race. But they're both looking really strong, New Zealand and New Zealand and Tahiti. Elite and Reti of Aotearoa, and they come into the turn point, and Tahiti, Hakatini Huti, and they head off to make their turn right at the beach there before they head back out again. We just also want to make a correction to the entry from Samoa. It is not Jason Birches out there, it's Josiah Cowan for Samoa on canoe 20. Yeah, these two keep the tussle is going on between New Zealand and Tahiti as they head in to make their turn in front of the beach here in Apia Harbor to complete the first lap. So it's still quite a way to go for them to finish off with this 16-kilometer race. But they're both looking strong, and one is it's all about psychological game now between these two because they're close to each other. So we'll probably be looking at first a tussle right throughout the whole race if they keep this up. But fantastic performance on the water between Tahiti and New Zealand. Sorry, this is New Zealand, Mi'i Pepe of the Para that we're looking at, and he's coming in into the into harbor for his first lap, and followed by number 5, Tahiti, Ogao Maruai. So we're seeing the same tussle between Aotearoa and Tahiti in the para men, the same as in the junior 16 men. It's the battle between Tahiti and New Zealand. So we're looking right now at canoe number 4, Mi'i Pepe of Aotearoa, New Zealand. And we're looking at the junior V16 who have made their turn at the beach. And Tahiti is surging ahead of Aotearoa for the junior 16. And that is looking at Aotearoa right now is Hakatini, Elite Reti of New Zealand. and Tahiti Hakatini Huuti. So, yep, the two countries are tussling in the two different division. The junior 16 men and the para men. It's the same thing with Tahiti and New Zealand battling it out for first and second. Yeah, right now we are looking at Tahiti, Hakatini Huuti in canoe 18 for the V1 Junior 16 men. And he is followed by Aotearoa, Elite Reti. So these two have been very close to together right from the beginning of the race. Elite Reti of Aotearoa and Hakatini Huuti of Tahiti. Now we're looking at the para men coming into shore to make their first turn at the yellow buoy. Ahead. Oh. Sorry. This is Tahiti in front of us for the para men. Je vais Omeron. Mi'i Pepe again in canoe number 4 for New Zealand Aotearoa for the para men. Strong performance there. Number 6 is Marcus Thompson of Aotearoa, New Zealand for the para men competition. This is number 9, Guilherme Gomes of Brazil for the para men. Oh, he's smiling. Or is he gritting his teeth? It could be either one. But he's doing really, really well. I love this shot. Really nice. As he comes into, I think he's just going parallel the beach of Apia. In number 3, that's Wayne Trott of New Zealand in the para men. In 19 canoe, we're looking at Elite Reti of New Zealand. Now these two have switched. Now Aotearoa is ahead of Tahiti. Hakatini Huuti of Tahiti is just behind Aotearoa. So this tussle between now, Akatini is catching up again to Elite Reti of Aotearoa. It's going to be a tussle. Like I said, this race is not over between these two, and we're seeing the same thing with the para. Tahiti and New Zealand tussling it out between first and second. But right now, Aotearoa is now leading for the junior 16 men as they come out of Apia Harbor to head out to the ocean for the second lap. But Hakatini Huuti is not letting Elite Reti get away too far away, I think. We just want to see some nail-biting performance on the water today. Okay, this is looks like number 1 or number 3. Oh, that is number 3, Wayne Trott of New Zealand for the para men. And number 1 is Tom Barnard of Great Britain. Nice one. Beautiful shot here of Tom Barnard of Great Britain. He must be feeling the heat of Samoa. Malo lava Tom, malo le alo. E se le matango fiole. I le vaia tui tangata mātutua o le lava e o lava e alo vao. It's an inspirational viewing all these races for this whole week to see our older people coming out here and still really active in the sport of va'a. It's just very inspirational for us in the younger categories. And you're looking at Tom Barnard of Great Britain right now. He's in canoe 1 for the para men. And going out to the ocean for the junior 16 men, Aotearoa and Tahiti are still they're sticking to each other. They're not letting each other out of sight. We have Elite Reti of Aotearoa and Hakatini Huuti of Tahiti in 18 canoe and 19 canoe. And then 22 is Kala'eho of Hawaii.
So we're here with third place Hawaii. He's about 100 meters behind Tahiti and New Zealand. He's doing really well. He's looking really strong. He just gave me a little nod saying he's feeling good. Just behind him. And just behind him we have New Caledonia and Wallace and Futuna. They're about 150 meters behind him. So that's who we got at the moment. It looks like Tahiti and New Zealand are even. Hawaii is third. New Caledonia and Wallace and Futuna fourth and fifth.
Thank you, Paul, for that update. Yeah, it's this young man here in canoe 22, Kala'eho, is looking really, really strong. He's from Hawaii. Really nice going out of Apia Harbor. It's just fantastic to see our young people on the ocean. And the other two are still together, Aotearoa and Tahiti.
And as we've seen in this race, the rules around the turning buoy, just to confirm, our Tahitian paddler has priority here. So we will all be watching to make sure that the rules are consistent. And we do agree with all our viewers online who are also commenting. We are impartial and all we want to see is a fair race. So let's watch this. Obviously, that is not a movable buoy. That is a red po. That po is not going to move. So big test here. And we're wishing both of our athletes the best as we come into this little bit of a nervous time here. Tahiti and Aotearoa have been very firmly competing against each other in all the categories, particularly in the juniors. So yes, looks like Elite has given our paddler from Tahiti the right of way. And it does not appear that he is anywhere close. So ngā mihi nui, Elite. Kapai koe. And all good. So kapai, karawe, karawe.
Oh, that was a close one with the armor next to that hard pole out there. It's a steel pole. It's not movable. And so it's given Tahiti an edge at that turn. So he's ahead now by at least 2 boat lengths from this angle. He's surged right ahead of Aotearoa. But I'm sure Elite Reti is not giving up. on the chase, and behind in third place is Hawaii, I believe. Um, and that is Kala'eho. We're looking now on our screen is New Caledonia, Mile Legras, coming up to turn at the red pole or post. Fantastic. Yeah, on 23. This is Mile Legras of New Caledonia that he's made his turn at the red pole or red post. There's a great footage there of our junior 16 men coming up to the turn on that second leg or second lap of the 16-kilometer race. And this is number 14, Brazil, Gabriel Silva of the junior 16 men. He just went past the red post. And coming up to the red post is a yellow shirt, 13, Australia, Kai Walker. And 15 is Wallace and Futuna, Emmerich Canimore. Oh, we're looking at number 2 from the Paramen, Chevet Omeron of Tahiti. And he's made his turn at the red post. There was a tussle between the two, New Zealand and Tahiti, for the Paramen. And it looks like Aotearoa has gone ahead. Right, we're looking at, we was waiting for an update from Paul, but right now on our screen, we're looking at Mile Allegra of Nouvelle Calédonie of the V1 Junior 16 men as he makes his turn at the yellow post. On our screen right now is the green T-shirt, which would be Cook Islands. And that's number 16. Yes, it is. Cook Islands D Akava for the junior 16 men. He's made his turn at the red post for the second lap. And he's heading towards the yellow post before they head back into Apia Harbor. Yeah, it's
do good socials now.
Follow this guy. Nice work, Tahiti. Going awesome.
I'm down doing car racing, driving the boat for that 160 for that car.
Oh. Okay, here we have the leader of the Paracanoe. He's now starting to overtake some of the J16s. As you see, the person in the yellow from J16 is Australia. He's just trying to get back past him.
Right, we're looking at Gervais Omeron of Tahiti in canoe number 2 for the V1 Para Men. And he was just pulling away from another paddler out there as they make their way back for the lap 2. And okay, this is Tahiti, Hakatini Huuti for the J16 Junior. And he's ahead. Tahiti in number 1, Aotearoa in second place, followed by Hawaii in third and New Caledonia in fourth. So right now we're seeing or watching Hakatini Huuti of Tahiti. Strong paddling from this young man as he comes into Apia Harbor. This is Hakatini Huuti of Tahiti. And as we saw out there in the turn, when they came to the red buoy, these two were heading in together to the red buoy out there in the ocean. And with the rules, one has to, the Tahiti had right of way because of the positioning of his canoe, and New Zealand was had to go wide. Otherwise, if he interferes with Tahiti, who had right of way, he would be disqualified from the race. So when we reached that red post, Tahiti, because he had right of way, he turned beautifully close to the red post and then rode the wave, and absolutely just then lengthened the distance so quickly because he rode a wave just on that turn and lengthened the position between him and Elite Reti of Aotearoa. So this is what happens when it comes to the turns. You have to be mindful of who has right of way, otherwise you'll be disqualified. So right now we're looking at the young man, junior V16, Elite Reti of Aotearoa. But we can never give up on anything could happen in a race. We're still in the second lap of this race. Aotearoa would be able to catch up, and also the young man from Hawaii is coming in closely as well behind Aotearoa. So it's an interesting race right now. It could change again once they get out to the waves out there, once they reach the open water. Aotearoa Elite Reti in canoe 19. Looking fantastic, strong and focused. And still, I can see it's still got a lot of stamina left in this young man as they head in to complete the second lap of the 16-kilometer race. We have Hagatini Huuti of Tahiti in canoe. Oh, this is 15. Wallace and Fortuna, Emmerich Cunnimore on our screen right now. Uh, 23, Mael Legras of New Caledonia. And as Mael takes a break, we have one that's right behind him. In canoe number 2, we have Paramen Gervais Omeran of Tahiti. Still very strong. Monsieur Gervais Omeran of Tahiti for the Paramen. And he's gone past our 23 canoe there, which is New Caledonia, Mal Legras. And 14, we have Brazil, Gabriel Silva on the screen right now, coming in for his turn to complete the second lap. We have 13 on our screen. Australia, Kai Walker for the junior 16 men. Kai Walker having a drink there as well while he comes into Apia Harbour for his turn and to head back out again. Okay, on our screen right now, we're looking at Tahiti. Hakatini Hu'uti. He's in the lead, and behind him is Elite Reti of Aotearoa. He's Hakatini Hu'uti is enjoying the calm waters right there next to the wharf before he gets out of the calm waters here and the tide coming in, the currents coming in, and all the swells out there as he goes out on the third lap. Oh, we have Samoa on the screen. This is Josiah's Cowan as he heads out for his third lap for the 16-kilometer race of the V1 Junior 16 men. Oh, he's heading back in. And Cook Islands right now in 16, D. Akava. Oh, we have Samoa, Josiah Cowan of Samoa for the Junior 16. Malo lava Josiah's, malo lava le tamu fai, ese vivela. Nei time yo le aso, malo lava le faftai, malo tawatai, malo afaftai, malo tawatai. Yeah, and then Josiah's Cowan is followed by Cook Islands, D. Akava, as they come into Apia Harbor to make their turn to head out for the third lap. Cook Islands putting in a strong paddle there. And this is number 15, Wallace and Futuna, Malo, Wallace and Futuna, Emerick Canimore. Emerick Canimore making a go of it, chasing up on the other one, the other canoe there with the white shirt. Emerick Canimore of Wallace and Futuna in boat number 15. It's really calm inside Apia Harbor, but once they hit the outside, with the low tide, and of course once it peaks at low tide, then you will be seeing the currents coming in really strongly. And we just saw New Zealand Elite Reti right now, and he's looking really comfortable out there and with a good stroke rate. Bravo to Elite Reti of Aotearoa, and to all our paddlers out there on the water. And also hello to our supporters on the seawall. I believe this is Cook Islands in the green, but maybe not. Go Emerick is another comments here for Emerick Canimore of Wallace and Futuna. Yeah, the warrior and navigator from Wallace and Futuna. And you've got some fantastic fans out there online. Thank you for that, for sending that through, and we'll wing it out to him on the water. And we're looking at the junior 16. Yeah. This is Wallace and Futuna right now, coming up to the red post. Ale, Wallace and Futuna. Yeah, great turn there at the red post by Wallace and Futuna. Emerick Canimore. And our spectators on the sea wall here waiting for their teams to come in. And thank you very much for all the beautiful, positive comments online with our online viewers. Thank you for the love. Thank you for everything that you're showing, and all support out there. Because it does matter what you say and put online. We will, send it out to our paddlers out there, and it'll make them, we do believe in the spirit of sportsmanship and of just really that positive order that can be shown to our paddlers in the heat of Samoan waters. And we're looking at number 22 of Hawaii, Kala'eho. This, as he goes out of Apia and to make his turn. So fantastic. He's looking great out there. Kala'eho of Hawaii. Nice turn there by Kala'eho of Hawaii at the red post. And number 3 is Wayne Trott of Aotearoa, New Zealand, for the Paramen V1. He's having a little bit of a break there. Some water on his head because it's really hot here in Samoa. It's about 30 degrees Celsius plus. Go Kala'eho. Yeah, we've got beautiful comments coming through, positive, lots of love for this young man from Hawaii, and also for all our paddlers, our junior and also our Paramen paddlers out there. So much love coming through to you from our viewers online. Keep it coming. Keep that love coming. They need it out there on the heat. Because, as we know, we Polynesians and Pacific people and people of the ocean, we keep it positive. Oh, we have number 2, Tahiti, Gervais Omeran. And this is Paramen. And number 1 is Tom Barnard of Great Britain for the Paramen V1. Great Britain. We have some love for Tom Barnard. Go, Tom! Thank you. Thank you for the love shown for Tom Barnard of Great Britain. And also for Kalaiho of Hawaii. You're looking at the VIP tent and also the officials tent here. And right now we're also looking at number 18, and that is Hakatini Hu'uti of Tahiti for the junior 16 men V1.
Here we are with Tahiti. I'm not sure what has happened, but we've just come.
Yeah, we tried to get an update there from Paul out in the ocean. The wind is quite strong. We didn't hear him at all. So now we're looking at one of our para paddlers coming in to make his turn, and right close to Apia Beach, the loading area for all the canoes. So for an update on our competition and countries competing for the V1 Junior 16 men, we have 10 countries competing, and they are Liam Christian Bailey of Norfolk Island, Kai Walker of Australia, Gabriel Silva of Brazil, Emerick Canimore of Wallis and Futuna, D. Akava of Cook Islands, Hakatini Huuti of Tahiti, Elite Reti of New Zealand, Josias Cowan of Samoa, Kala'eho of Hawaii, and Mael Legra of New Caledonia. These are the 10 competitors and 10 countries for the V1 Junior 16 men. This is our young man from Tahiti, Hakatini Huuti. He's right now leading this race ahead of Elite Reti of Aotearoa, New Zealand. Beautiful shot of him, close-ups of this young man as he comes in for his the completion of his third lap for the 16-kilometer race. We have Elite Reti of Aotearoa, New Zealand, coming into the harbor as well. He's behind Tahiti Hakatini Huuti. Shout out to all our Brazilian fans and supporters online, really cheering for their athlete Gabriel Silva, who is in canoe 14 of Brazil. Thank you, Fitai Lava. Thank you for the love for your paddler Gabriel Silva from Brazil. And thank you also for supporting our broadcast here from Apia, Samoa. And again, we're looking at our leader for the V1 Junior 16 men, Hakatini Huuti of Tahiti. These two paddlers are coming in for the finish of the second lap. Hakatini Huuti of Tahiti, followed by Elite Reti of Aotearoa, New Zealand. Elite Reti of Aotearoa, New Zealand in canoe 19. He's looking good out there, very strong. And so is Hakatini Huuti of Tahiti. And we also have another one from Brazil for the Paramen. We're just saying thank you to all our online viewers. And from Brazil, yeah, you have another paddler, Guilherme Gomez. Fabulous having paddlers from Brazil, so far away, Peru, Chile. Thank you for coming to the IVF World Championships here in Apia. It's real. Oh,
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Ok, Akatine, bravo pour cette course. Champion, qu'est-ce que ça fait comme effet? Ouais. Comment s'est passée la course pour toi? Ouais. Qu'est-ce qui a été difficile? Qu'est-ce que tu as réussi à bien faire? Ouais. Parfait, parfait. Et il y a un moment, tu étais quand même un peu derrière lui. Qu'est-ce qui a fait? Comment tu as fait pour revenir sur lui? Parfait, parfait. Est-ce que tu veux remercier quelqu'un en particulier? Parfait. Et qu'est-ce que ça te fait d'être champion du monde? Bravo. En tout cas, un grand bravo. Félicitations, savoure et à la prochaine année. Ciao.
Big felicitations to our champion athlete there from Tahiti, Hakatini. And our thoughts and prayers are with you. Beautiful effort there from Tahiti, and also from Elite Reti from Aotearoa too. Maximum respect. And this is Hawaii, we believe, finishing in third. Wow, some awesome racing out there today.
Kalaiho of Hawaii has just crossed the finish line, and as he comes in to claim the bronze medal for the junior 16 men.
Thanks to all our viewers. Sorry, we did try to cross. We're having some interference on that interview. Kauroha hoki there, Elite. Technical difficulties, brother. And to all the Aotearoa paddlers watching, kia ora. And Yorana to all our viewers from Tahiti. And also to our viewers from Brazil. Fabulous support here for our athletes as they take part in this final race of the day. Desole. Sorry, we are trying our best to get these post-race interviews. It's not that easy. If our camera's in the way of a big aluminium structure like a boat, it does prevent the signal getting back to us. We are trying, so please be patient with us. Kia ora. Tā alofa, malo, and whaomalosi.
Yeah, we have number 14 coming in on our screen. This is Brazil, Gabriel Silva, coming into the finish line for the junior 16 men. Congratulations, Gabriel Silva of Brazil, for finishing this race. Beautiful performance out here on the ocean by these young men in the 16 years category. Gabriel Silva of Brazil in front of us. And we have in canoe 13, Australia, Kai Walker, coming into the finish line. Malolava Kai Walker is coming to finish for his country, Australia. We have our supporters out there on the wall, on the seawall for Australia, for Kai Walker, flying the flag as he comes into the finish line. Looking strong out there, this young man. Kai Walker of Australia, give him a hand. And he's crossed the line. Kai Walker of Australia. Malo lava Kai Walker. Beautifully done. Mhm. We have a few more paddlers coming in to finish off the Junior 16 race. We've got Samoa coming in, Josiah's Cowan, and 15, Emerick Cunnimore of Wallace and Futuna. The young man for the country of Wallace and Futuna, Emerick Cunnimore. As they head into the finish line, this is Emerick and Josiah's Cowan of Samoa. Looks like there's going to be a little bit of a race between these two paddlers to the finish line. Come on, Samoa! Ale, Wallace and Futuna! Oh my goodness. He's cutting in front of Samoa. There's a bit of a little tussle there at the end. Come on, Josiah's of Samoa. And Emerick Cunnimore of Wallace and Futuna. Malo lava. Wallace and Futuna, you haven't crossed yet. Oh, oh my gosh. That's a little bit of some fun out there on the ocean between these two. Emerick Cunnimore of Wallace and Futuna and Josiah's Cowan of Samoa. Congratulations to our Junior 16 men. Well done. Malo lava. Malolfa malos. Malole alo. Malole lotunuu. And we have number 4, Mi'i Pepe of Aotearoa, New Zealand for a Paramen coming into the finish line. And he's looking really strong out there. We believe that Mi'i Pepe is second in this race. So we're not quite sure yet, but man, he's looking awesome out there. Strong paddle. Oh my gosh, he's chasing somebody else. Number, can we get the number? Number 14. Wait, 16. That's Cook Islands. Oh no, that's a junior 16 men. D. Akava of Cook Islands coming into the finish line with Mi'i Pepe of Aotearoa, New Zealand for a Paraman. Great finish by these two gents. Malo lava. On our screen now, 16, D. Akava of Cook Islands and Mi'i Pepe of Aotearoa for the Paraman V1. And D. Akava for the Junior 16 men V1. Thank you so much to all our online viewers and also our supporters here in Samoa and all our paddlers that turned up today for the competition on day 4 of the IVF World Distance Championships held here in Apia, Samoa. And that wraps it up for us with the Junior 16 V1 men and the Para men V1 today of day 4 for the IVF World Distance Championships 2023 from the beautiful islands of Samoa. Whaawetai te le lava.